Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creature Clash, a podcast where we talk about everything from D&D to SCP and everything in between. My name's Alex.
I'm Dawn.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Trey.
And today we're going to talk about creature mashups. Who would win in what fight? What reasons do we have? And will Adam talk more than 5 times during this podcast? Yes, yes, and yes. So, Adam, what's the first creature mashup that we're going to do?
All right. This one took me a minute to think about, but all right, here we go. They're in the Monster Manual for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. These are rated both the same difficulty. You ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would a Tyrannosaurus Rex win or a Hydra win?
A Hydra.
Yeah, I feel like the Hydra would definitely have the advantage in this situation. Because if the T-Rex ripped off its head, how do you even kill a Hydra?
You either drop it to its dead hit points, its 0 hit points, or all of its heads die before it can regrow a new head.
So cut off all the heads first?
Or Hercules it and get swallowed by it and chop it up from the inside. I feel like a Hydra would win. I don't think a T-Rex has enough of a evolutionary advantage to take on a Hydra.
I don't think so either, honestly. How could we go about a T-Rex beating it, though?
I mean, I guess
Devil's
if the T-Rex...
advocate.
Trey, you Satanist.
Oh, no.
I guess if it were to attack it at the belly, like if it was to dive tackle it, maybe.
Like if it focused the body instead of the head.
Yeah, if it attacked the body instead of the head, I think that it would probably have an easier time killing it for sure.
Well, I'll throw you a curveball in Dungeons & Dragons rules. The Hydra takes 25 or more damage in a single turn, a head dies. So it doesn't even matter where you strike the Hydra. You do 25 damage in one turn, a head dies.
Oh, looking at the stat block of a T-Rex, can it do 25 damage in one attack?
Yes.
Oh.
Its average is 33 from one hit.
Okay.
Where a Hydra's average hit is 10.
Can a Hydra regrow a head if you chop off I know this is probably a no-duh response, but if a Hydra only has one head and you chop that head off, does it regrow another head?
Technically, it dies if its head gets chopped off. However, in the actual rules, it suggests it starts with 5 heads to prevent that from happening.
I see. So, we're going up against a regular 5-headed Hydra, as you do. You can strike it anywhere, and one of its heads will die as long as the damage is 25 or over.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I still feel like the Hydra has the advantage in this situation.
I feel like that gives the T-Rex more of an advantage then if we're going off of sticking in D&D. Just gotta hit it 5 times solidly.
How much health?
I'm sorry, what was that? That was a little quiet.
How much health does a T-Rex have?
T-Rex on average has 136, and a Hydra has 172 on average.
Yeah, I feel like the Hydra just has to hit it enough times. The Hydra has more hits to its advantage than the T-Rex does in that
That's what I was
situation.
gonna ask. How many attacks does it get? 5 attacks?
Yeah,
Well,
Hydra has as many attacks equal to how many heads it has.
Yeah.
And at the end of its turn, if a head dies, it regrows 2. So he could potentially end up with more attacks as the combat goes on.
But, oh man. Yeah, I was thinking, when you said something about, 25 hit points, it dies. It doesn't come back, but it comes back.
Yeah, the head regrows at the end of the
Yeah.
Hydra's turn.
It doesn't heal.
Does the Hydra have magic?
Hydra does not have magic, and it does regain 10 hit points for every head it's regrown.
Hydra
Yeah.
would win. No
T-Rex
no
is
contest.
screwed. Yeah. I was thinking it could have a chance, but with that knowledge, not a chance.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Tom, what do you think?
I agree the Hydra would win.
I think the Rex has a slim chance, but I feel like it is more favorable for the Hydra.
Yeah,
It's all about the luck of the rolls.
it really is.
Yep.
Well, what's the AC of both of them?
8.
They both are 8 AC?
They are both 8.
Wow. You wouldn't think it'd be 8. You'd think it'd be 12 or something higher than 8.
They're big.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I was thinking thicker skin or something like that.
Oh, yeah, like armored.
Yeah.
Neither of them are hard to hit. They're just both big.
Yeah. if they were both equally, like if they were both even harder to hit, then it could leave it up to odds. But odds are they're both hitting each other every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the next mashup?
Well, before I give out another one, does anybody else have come out with one?
I have one,
Oh.
but it's a little bigger.
All right.
Bahamut versus Tiamat. Who would win in that?
Man, I don't even know what we're talking about at this point. Bahamut, I mean, Final Fantasy, yeah. And then, what's the other one? Tiamat?
Yeah, Tiamat.
Tiamat. Oh,
Basically the
okay.
one-
Big dragon versus big dragon.
Tiamat has 5 heads.
Mhm.
Bahamut's platinum.
You know what Tiamat reminds me of? Tiamat reminds me of that one Yu-Gi-Oh card where it's all the different dragons and it's got 5 heads.
Mhm.
I forget what it's called, Dragon D or something like that. Something stupid. I have that card somewhere. I don't know where, but
Would it be a good mashup there?
I think so.
I think everybody would love to see that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, if I may show my bias for a moment, I would say Bahamut would win, just because Bahamut has been in pretty much every game I've ever played. But Tiamat could also probably do it.
It's just like good versus evil.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going at with it. Just the fact that it's like the ultimate good against the ultimate evil when it comes to D&D that I think of, at least.
Yeah. They're also brother and sister, if you didn't know that, Alex.
I did not. Who's who?
Tiamat's the sister. Bahamut's the
Mhm.
brother. And Adam has both of those miniatures.
That I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty hard for me to say who would win, only because both are gods, and, well, not that Wizards of the Coast have actually released an official stat block for Bahamut, at least not that I can find.
Yeah.
Just based off of his lore, I think Bahamut would take it.
Yeah, I think Bahamut would win. Just again, I'm biased because Bahamut's in Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, like Bahamut's in everything. He said, only naming 2 franchises.
He's in. He's the god that Trey and I follow in our D&D game.
Which game?
The Adam's game, the more recent one, where we're both Eric Okra.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a cool mashup.
Well, Tiamat is a does Tiamat have the ability of, because her heads are all different colors, so does she have different elemental attacks per head?
Yep.
Hmm.
And
is Bahamut weak to any particular element? Like, does he have an elemental weakness?
I would guess not.
Because they're like polar opposites, I feel like they wouldn't have too many weaknesses against each other.
I feel like Bahamut though I feel like he would be particularly strong to lightning, because he's usually depicted as a lightning deity. So maybe the opposing element of lightning would have a higher chance of weakness on him. But even then, I don't know. I feel like if Tiamat has the elemental advantage of being able to control multiple elements, I feel like Bahamut would have a harder time defending himself.
Yeah, Tiamat definitely has a lot more attacks on her side. 5 heads, 2 claws, and a wyvern stung tail. That's like 8 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry, I can't math. Bahamut would probably have 3 or 4 attacks. This is not including the breath weapons for either of them, but considering how Bahamut in D&D sense is the platinum dragon, his armor class and defenses is probably significantly higher, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have as many attacks, you can't hit him nearly as easy.
But then again, they're both gods, so, they have like plus 20 to hit, so.
But even a god can die.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight, Bahamut or Kratos?
I think Bahamut's kicking his butt.
I don't know, man. Kratos did kill, like, every Greek god imaginable.
Ate them.
No, that's Kronos.
Oh. Is that not what you were saying?
No, Kratos from the God of War series.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. My turn. I want to think of a mashup. Let's see. Does it have to be D&D related, or can I come
No.
up with any mythical creature? Okay.
No.
Who would win in a fight? Gremlins or mermaids?
What?
Gremlins or mermaids? Who would win in a fight?
Gremlins. Oh, yeah, Gremlins.
Why?
Because I'm assuming that this is taking place in water, and so they're just gonna keep multiplying.
See, in my minds, it would in my multiple brains. In my mind, the gremlins would take control of like a nuclear submarine and blow them up.
Oh, okay. It has nothing to do with their ability to multiply in water.
Well, that too. I mean, I guess if they actually, that's another good question. If gremlins jumped in the ocean and started swimming around the ocean, would they continuously be multiplying? Probably.
As
Was
much as
it-
we know about them, yeah.
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 Gremlins multiplied, right? It wasn't just the
No, they-
Mogwai or what it's called. It was also
Well,
the
no-
Gremlins.
Well, the Mogwai, I think the Mogwais are the one that multiply, and then the gremlins are like their final stage, so I don't think they multiply after that. But
Gremlins is what happens when you feed them at the wrong
Right.
time.
exactly. We're
But do
talking
they still multiply? Do they still multiply in water, or like if they get by water?
No, gremlins don't multiply. I think that's exclusive to their Mogwai form. But they
Well, then-
are extra intelligent, I think, as gremlins.
Well, then I
Oh.
don't know.
I just did a Google search, and apparently gremlins retain all their traits as they did as a
Oh, okay.
Mogwai.
Ah, okay. Well then, never mind.
Then yeah, Gremlins.
Gremlins, definitely. Stupid mermaids. Aquaman wouldn't stand a chance.
Is that all Aquaman is to you? Is a stupid mermaid? Merman?
Okay. Everyone's like, oh, Aquaman is so good. He's so awesome. He's not. You take him out of the ocean, boom, dead.
I've never heard anyone like fangirl over Aquaman. He's like the joke of the superhero world. Nobody likes him.
That's just because all of his adventures take place underwater.
Yeah.
I wonder if Aquaman could control space water. You know what? This is a conversation for another time. So we all
I did
agree.
not have luck finding headphones.
Okay.
That's okay.
I had AirPods, but they're dead.
Sorry. Trey, who would win in a fight? Gremlins or mermaids?
Well, with gremlins they get wet, but can they breathe underwater?
No.
Well, the gremlins will die. They'll drown.
Yeah, but if you pull a gremlin into water, it'll multiply.
Yeah, but they'll still drown.
Well, yeah, but I mean, wouldn't the mermaid get crushed under all the multiple bodies of gremlins just multiplying all over the place?
How big is the body of water?
We're talking the ocean here.
No, I think they just gotta wait it out.
Okay, but it's like if a building falls on top of you, you're still gonna get crushed. So if you drag a gremlin into water and it just keeps continuously multiplying on top of you, eventually you're gonna get crushed under the weight of gremlins.
True. Are gremlins like a miraculous multiplication?
I don't know
It takes
how
a little
fast.
bit of time, based just on the movie. It took like a little
Yeah.
bit of time.
Yeah, but what if they doused themselves in monster energy, and then they created a gremlin that could multiply rapidly?
Then they have a chance. I still say they're drowning first.
Do they know how to swim?
I would hope so.
Well, there's most of their time is spent trying to keep them away from it, water. So
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get a dog that's never gone swimming before and you throw it in water, it knows how to swim.
on the
Usually.
contrary, my dog does not like water.
But do they know how to swim?
No, not really.
Oh. See, our dog that doesn't like water swims better than the dog that does like water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, we're giving them a bath and they're struggling.
Next mashup. Dawn, do you have any creatures to clash?
Okay, this one's stupid. I was giving it as an example to Adam earlier to help him with ideas. A nightmare versus a unicorn.
What would
think
be
a
the
unicorn would win.
advantage? I mean, who would have the advantage here?
Isn't that what we're trying to figure out?
Well, yeah, I mean, go for it. The floor is yours. Unicorn or nightmare.
Oh, okay. I think that unicorns are probably, I don't know what their stat sheets look like, but first off, they have a freaking sharp weapon attached to their head.
Oh,
But
I love nightmares.
just realize what a nightmare is.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I thought it's more ethereal, and then I realized, oh no, wait, the nightmare horse. That's right.
Yeah. Yes, fire horse.
But a unicorn can become a nightmare. So feel like
Unicorns can heal themselves.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, then I'm gonna stick with unicorn.
yeah, but can the unicorn enter the ethereal plane?
That is a good question.
Would it just be more of like a dodge attack thing at that point?
Yeah.
Just-
So my thought would be that the nightmare could continuously jump in and out of the ethereal plane over and over and over again, and then jump back in to the material plane and attack it like that. And the unicorn can't just continuously heal itself. It can only heal itself 3 times. Or it costs 3 actions to use. So
Yeah, and legendary actions are refunded when it gets back to its turn, so
The challenge rating of a nightmare is lower, though.
yeah.
So why?
well, because the unicorn has more attacks than the nightmare does. But I still think the nightmare has an advantage by being able to jump in and out of the material and ethereal plane over and over and over again.
Possibly.
The unicorn
Yeah.
can charm. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, that's alright.
Yeah, Dawn, well, the
Oh,
nightmare
and
has
pink.
illumination.
Um,
The nightmare has illumination, Dawn. So,
okay, the unicorn has healing, teleport. It has some spells too, though, like, I mean, besides those.
it's
Like
not
a
immune to
tank.
fire. It's only immune to poison. So if I set a unicorn on fire, then... Plus, Hooves is a legendary action for a unicorn. Hooves is a regular action for a nightmare.
I mean, Unicorn still has hooves as a regular action.
So I'll take this.
Yeah, I'm thinking Unicorn on that one.
I don't know, like, okay, but it's like, imagine if you were fighting against Nightcrawler from the X-Men, and he just keeps poofing in and out of our plane. And he
Yeah,
keeps
but-
hitting you like that. I
But
don't
you
know, I'm
have
going Nightmare on this
reactions. Like, if we're talking D&D rules, just hold your action until it's visible. You know what I mean? Like, you can use your reactions to attack.
Okay, but if we're talking real life, you only got time
Really,
to hold your action
real.
before you catch these hands.
We're talking real
Or
life
hooves.
now.
Yeah, we're talking IRL.
I didn't know X-Men was real life.
Yeah.
or unicorns or nightmares.
Well, no, unicorns
Don, have you
are-
ever had a nightmare before?
every night.
Every time. I don't know. I'm going nightmares on this fight.
I feel like just a lot of it goes down to how many attacks and how much damage per attack. When you think of just
Yeah, but then that breaks it down to
Yeah.
every fight, though.
yeah.
So then it's just a matter of dice rolls, and if you're
Well, then,
luckier.
well, I'm just saying that to put it into a factor of like, yeah, this one might like logically beat the other one, but then at the same time, put the math out, the other one wins.
Like, a lot of their stats also seem really similar, too.
I mean, the unicorn just has more attack options than the nightmare, it seems.
And then unicorn also. Did we figure out if the nightmare healed or not?
The
does
nightmare cannot heal. Oh, but the unicorn has a spell called Dispel Evil and Good.
What does that do?
Protects you from fae, undead, and creatures originating from beyond the material plane. But I don't think that, because in order to get a nightmare, don't you have to rip off a unicorn's horn? So I don't think that nightmares are from the ethereal plane. I think they're all from the material plane, but I could be wrong.
A nightmare is actually created from
You're right.
a Pegasi. It is, you remove the wings off of a Pegasi, and then also being transformed with dark magic, you get a nightmare. So I don't know how Dispel Evil and Good would go against that.
I still say unicorn.
I still say Nightmare. I still think Nightmare would win. But hey, we don't have to
Let us
agree
know
on
in the
everything.
comments.
Can
Yeah,
I be that
hey, fans.
person that says real life rules Nightmare, but D&D rules Unicorn?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah.
Because I get what you're saying. If it's just like disappearing and reappearing, it'd be hard to deal with. But by
I get
D&D
that.
rules, you have reactions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
I-
fine. I mean,
I agree with that.
any more creature mashups, guys?
I got one more.
Ooh, what you got?
All right, here we go. 2 Basilisks or Medusa?
Mm.
Who would win?
A basilisk being a snake?
We're getting into Harry Potter here.
On the box.
That's
Daniel.
because everybody knows that Harry Potter invented the basilisk.
Yeah.
No, but Adam and I have had this argument. Is a basilisk a snake or a lizard? I said snake, he said lizard. I won. We went to the origins of the word. It was a snake.
Yeah. Definitely a snake. I mean, Harry Potter. right?
Let's see. Can a basilisk be turned to stone?
Yes.
Yes, but
And-
when you make eye contact with the basilisk, though, at least in Harry Potter, you like freeze, like paralyze.
Yeah, but you don't turn to stone, and paralyzation can be cured.
But what would happen first?
I think. Okay, so I think Medusa would probably win because. Actually, I don't know, because doesn't Medusa have to look you directly in the eyes in order for you to turn to stone? And a
Either that or
basilisk's
snake.
eyes would be on the side of its head, so it wouldn't be looking directly at her.
And also, the basilisk can just like not look at her and just eat her in 2 bites.
That's true. Against 2 basilisks, I think the
Oh.
basilisks would win.
Yeah, I forgot it was 2 basilisks. Yeah, definitely.
Because if the first one doesn't get her, then the second one will for sure.
Adam, what does a D&D basilisk look like?
Oh,
They look like lizards, except they have 8 legs.
Ew, what?
Yep.
Why does that sound like the opposite of a snake? More legs.
uh-huh.
Because that's called a lizard dog.
8
See, no,
legs?
I don't know if you know this, but snakes don't have legs, believe it or not.
I'm saying.
So if a basilisk in D&D doesn't sound like a snake, it's because it has legs. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm ignoring
Is
you.
this another D&D world real world scenario? Words are
Oh,
hard.
guys, look this up. This is scarier than the basilisk we were thinking of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, so if we're thinking D&D basilisk, then
Does it even have eyes? What has it got on its face there? It's like
it
a
looks
light.
like
eyes.
eyes.
Eyes
Yeah.
glow.
Okay.
Okay, then I think Medusa would definitely be able to beat this thing because
Really?
because the eyes are not on the I don't know, they're much more forward than what I was thinking because it's not like a snake predator type of creature where the eyes would be like further to the side. It's more front facing, and since it looks like it's just a regular creature. I mean, it doesn't speak any languages, so I think that it would probably just be looking at Medusa the entire time.
But here's my argument. It also has the petrifying gaze, and there's 2 of them.
Yeah, but I think for me, my thing is that but even if you're petrified, your eyes would still be open, right? So, okay, they petrify Medusa, she's lying on the ground, they go over to eat her. They'll probably look into her eyes as she's on the ground, and then they'll turn to stone as they're about to eat her.
So
Then
you're
all she
saying
has to do
everybody
is-
loses?
Well, no, because the petrification would eventually wear off of Medusa. She'll eventually be able to move again.
I guess that would just depend on how she falls down then. Like, if she falls, like what angle she's being attacked from, from the second
Well,
one.
if she falls on her back and she's looking directly up, then I think she would win because she would be
That's a lot of
staring
ifs.
the whole time. Well, yeah, it's all conditional. Plus, she has to be within 30 feet of the basilisk in order for them to petrify her, according to D&D. So I don't know how much of a distance Medusa has on her ability, but I would assume that anybody who looks her directly in the eyes, as long as she can see their eyes and they can see her eyes, then
She's also limited to 30 feet.
is she?
Yep.
Is she in D&D as well? I don't even
Yes.
know. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of me typing in this episode because I'm learning. I'm learning.
And also, D&D petrification is permanent unless you can get restorated.
Okay, but I was thinking real world, so permanent.
Oh yeah, the
Really?
real world petrification. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
So if you get turned to stone, it's not permanent for you?
No, okay,
real
if you
world?
get turned to stone. Okay, but okay, so what I was thinking was that Medusa was the only one that can turn them to stone. But then looking at the Basilisk's ability,
It says, so they get like one chance to save it after they're starting to be petrified, and then on a failure, the creature is petrified until freed by the greater restoration spell or other magic. My thing is there's two of the basilisks, so if one looks her right in the eyes, then both of those turn to stone, the one basilisk and her, and then there's another basilisk still.
that's true. I'm reading the comments on D&D Beyond. Somebody asked, "How do you train it?" I don't think you can, buddy. I don't think you can.
Let him try.
Get a pet basket. Get a pet Medusa.
He doesn't understand any languages.
Yeah, it's
No.
intelligence. Oh, that's another thing though. If their go-to is to look something in the eyes to fight it, and their intelligence is that low, both of them might look her in the eyes on purpose.
Even if the other one is like down. Like,
Yeah.
Even if Medusa's like down, the other one might still go up to him and be like, I'm gonna get you. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Plus, Medusa's faster than them as well. She's faster than them, and she's wiser than them, so I think Medusa could probably figure out a plan of attack where she wouldn't be turned to stone before she turns them
They
to
are.
stone.
Well, how low is low intelligence?
I mean, the intelligence of a basilisk is 2 minus 4,
Yeah.
and their
that's low.
dexterity is 8 minus 1, whereas Medusa's dex is 15 plus 2, and her intelligence is 12 plus 1.
Yeah, I'm moving towards Medusa because she's gonna know what they are.
Yeah, she's gonna be
Yeah.
able to come up with a stratagem as opposed to these basilisks.
Well, you've swayed me. I'll go with Medusa too, because I didn't realize how dumb basilisks were.
More like badassalisks, am I right?
All you have to do is get a cool sword and stab it in the eye. Spoiler alert.
Alright. Should we do one more?
Has anybody got
All
another
right.
one?
All right,
I got
I got one here.
Oh, Trey, you go, yeah.
All right. So 10 bugbears versus 2 hill giants.
Hill
Who
Giants.
wins? Hill giants?
Hill
Yeah,
Giants.
I'm on Hail Giant's side.
Damn. I thought
Real.
that'd be a little more fun. How about bugbears the size of hill giants?
Who would win in a fight? One giant-sized bear bug or a million giant bear bug-sized giants?
Bear bug.
Oh.
Were we looking for bugbear there?
Yeah, we were. We were.
The bear bugs, definitely.
The bugbears.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just imagining like what that would look like. A bear bug. Bear bug.
Bugbear.
Oh, those are like those gross microscopic things. Okay.
Let's.
Really.
I think I got a real one.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Trey. I didn't mean to come off as mean. But who would win in a fight? A dragon or a giant?
A dragon, God.
Or a titan-sized, a titan, a colossus-sized, warforged?
Dragon.
I don't know.
Depends on the dragon. But I'm
Yeah.
still leaning dragon.
What's the age of the dragon? Or size or whatever.
2.
So like young dragon?
No. I don't.
Adult?
Yeah, an adult-sized dragon versus a colossal warforged.
Dragon.
I don't know, man. It says here that the warforged is challenge level 25. So
Dragons can fly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I also forget to mention that the Colossal Warforged are immune to necrotic, poison, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks?
Dragons are magic.
And it's
Dragons
immune.
are magical.
It's immune to charmed, exhaustion, frightened, incapacitation, paralyzation, petrification, poison, and stunning.
So a green dragon's dead.
And did I also mention that it has a magical resistance, that it has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects?
Oh.
Yeah, dragon's fucking it up. Sorry, I thought that was funny.
Oh, you gotta check a lot of me. You're probably gonna hear it.
And that
Yeah, I heard
any
it. I heard
enemy
it. I'm pretty
outside
happy.
the Colossus that starts its turn within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 26 Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the start of the
Holy cow.
enemy's next turn.
Now I gotta see if a dragon's immune to fighting or not. I don't think they are actually.
What type of dragon are we talking?
And that it has an incinerating beam. The Colossus fires a beam of light in a 150-foot line that is 10 feet wide. Each creature in the line must make a DC 26 dexterity saving throw, taking 60 damage or 11d10 radiant damage on a failed save. And that a creature reduced to 0 hit points by this beam is disintegrated, leaving behind anything it was wearing or carrying. So tell me again if your precious dragons can beat my Colossal Warforged.
Yeah,
All
dragon
right.
got those guys.
What typing of the dragon are we talking?
Let me look up dragons.
But he can't pick,
What do you mean I can't pick?
because you're gonna pick the one that'll lose.
You can pick the one that
We're leaving that in.
You have to.
Yeah.
I will. Alright, fine, you guys pick a dragon to go up against. I gave you everything the Warfor had. I left nothing out. You go ahead and come up with something.
Instead of adult.
Oh, and did I mention that it has Eldritch Turret, a ranged attack spell that has a plus 18 to hit, 300 feet of range, and it does 4d8 of force damage, and it is knocked prone if it's a creature. So, yeah, tell me what dragon can beat my Colossal Warforged.
Well, I can tell you an adult one would probably lose, but an ancient one would definitely win.
All right, well, bring it on. Bring it on. What kind of ancient dragon are we talking about here? All right. Let's go through. All right. So let's say adult dragon first. What
Okay.
type of adult dragon would you put up against this Warforged?
I'd have to go with red.
Okay, a red adult dragon. Why?
It's got the best hit points for an adult dragon. Gold is up there as well, but I mean, red, in my opinion, is probably better. And then the fire breath is probably the best damage it's gonna be able to put out. It's why can't I find a red dragon? What size dice are they? They are D6s, so yeah, the average would be better versus a blue dragon where they're D10s.
Oh my gosh. Hold on, before we continue. If you want to come up with hit points for the Warforged, like, on base, it has 410. But if you want to come up with your own hit points, it's 20d20 plus 200.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a Warforged Colossus could beat an adult dragon.
Yeah, I agree. I think a Warforged Colossus can beat an adult dragon as well. An ancient would definitely be something else.
Yeah, but we're talking adult dragons here. I'm not so foolish as to think an ancient dragon would lose to a Warforged Colossus, but an adult dragon for sure.
Well, I'm sticking with the adult red dragon.
Guys, what do you think now that I've explained everything to you?
Green wormling. It's gotta beat.
A green one.
A green wormling. Damn, Trey, you right. Shit, I couldn't defeat a wormling.
Mike dropped.
Boom.
Yeah, the dragon's fucked.
You know, an ancient red dragon is not at all that different from a regular adult dragon. The only difference is that it has more HP.
Its fire breath is larger and it's a lot more dice.
Yeah, true. But actually, the armor class for a Warforged Colossus is more than that for a ancient red dragon. Because an ancient red dragon is 22 and a Warforged Colossus is 23.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of funny if you think about it. But I don't know. I think okay. So I'm only looking at red dragons, because you brought up red dragons. So, but I think a Warforged Colossus could actually beat an ancient red dragon. I mean, the dragon is, I think it's smarter. Yeah, it's definitely smarter than the Warforged Colossus. Because the Warforged Colossus is not smart at all. But I think if we're talking just damage, I think the Warforged has it beat. But if the ancient red dragon, or even the red dragon for that matter, strategizes itself, I think it could probably win. Because I think that a lot of this also comes down to, well, which creature has the ability to think its actions through. And I think the dragons have that advantage in this fight.
Definitely.
You guys want to do a silly one now, just for laughs?
Sure, what do you got?
I'm down.
Okay. Who would win in a fight? The toys from Toy Story or the toys from that one movie with the toys? I can't remember.
What?
Toy Soldier?
Yes,
Yeah, such a good movie.
that is a good movie.
Very obscure, but very good.
Yeah, it's like Toy Story, except they're not alive because of magic. They're alive because of science. Like they're given like an intelligence chip to make them more fun to play with.
Yep.
But they're evil as well. They
I'd
make weapons.
I'd say the toys from Toy Story, or what did I say it was called? Toy Soldier?
Yeah, Toy Soldier. I think that's
Yeah.
what it's called. Yeah, they would probably win because they make weapons in that. They made flamethrowers and like swords, bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always liked there was like a lion guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, but we should try to come up with a real one. Trying to think creatures. Oh, I know. Who would win in a fight? Leprechauns or gnomes? Why would you say
leprechauns.
They're lucky.
that? They're lucky. Our luck stat is out of this world. Is the leprechaun lucky, or is the gold the leprechaun has lucky? And if the leprechaun doesn't have its gold, does it make it unlucky? This feels like another Creature Clash episode, but I'm not trying to make it into that.
By the way, the name of the movie is Small Soldiers, not Toy Soldiers.
Small Soldiers, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say leprechaun.
Mm.
You know, I was leaning gnome, and then Dawn mentioned that leprechauns are lucky. That's enough for me to switch.
But who has more magic? I feel like the gnomes would have more magic than the leprechauns.
Probably, but I mean, luck. Go on.
Okay, alright, well, here's my deciding factor. Leprechauns, I would assume, probably live alone. They probably don't live in packs, whereas gnomes have their own, like, gnome society with their own gnome discoveries and inventions and whatnot. And leprechauns are just kind of like the hobos of the small creature world. And they just bum around place to place messing with people. Hey, here's a question for leprechauns. Why don't you give us your gold? What are you spending that gold on, huh? Nothing.
All their green outfits.
I need that gold more than they need their gold. You know what? This sounds like a separate episode altogether. I think I'm ready to call it here, guys. My name's Alex.
My name's Dawn.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Trey.
And thank you for listening to Creature Clash. We'll see you all next time.